So I'm looking at number 10. I'm attempting to draw a decent circle. There we go. It says AT is the diameter. So remember, diameter is when you start at one edge of your circle, you go through the middle, and you end up on the other edge of the circle. So it would be something that looks kind of like this. This would be my A and my T, and this is the center. The first thing it wants is, well, where is the center? So if I know I'm at one end and I'm finding, I have the other end, and I'm finding the point in the middle, that's midpoint. So I'm going to use my midpoint formula, which we reviewed earlier in this review, is an average. I'm going to average my x's. I'm going to average my y's. -5 plus 3 is -2. Cut -2 in half, you get -1. 0 plus 6 is +6. Cut that in half, you get 3. That means the coordinates right here would be at -1, 3 if I had graph paper and was trying to graph it. Next, though, I don't want to know where the middle is. I just want to know, okay, well, if I did go straight across, what is this length? What's the distance across it? So I'm going to have to use distance formula here. So let me see if I can. -5, 3, 0, and 6. I might not have enough room, but I'm going to try. So under my square root, it was a -5 for an x value and a 3 for the other x value. I'll subtract those. The y values were a 0 and a 6, right? Yeah, 0 and 6 for the y values. So I subtract those as well. So I just put everything in my calculator that is under my square root. And I get 100, which is convenient because that's a perfect square. So the length of the diameter of the circle is 10, which means if I don't want to go all the way across and I stop at that middle point, instead of having a whole length of 10, I just want half of it. So the radius would be 5, which is really helpful because I'm next asking circumference and area, and most commonly those formulas use r. So circumference is 2 times pi times r. Area is pi times r squared. So I'm going to take 2 times pi times 5. Well, 2 times 5 is 10, but I still have to multiply by pi, so 10 pi is one of my answers. If I take 10 times pi in my calculator, to the nearest tenth, it is 31.4. So I'm going to do very similar work for my area, only this time, not only will I plug in my radius of a 5, I have to square that. 5 times 5 is 25, but there was still a pi in the problem. Therefore, the area in terms of pi, where I haven't rounded anything, is just 25 pi square units. When I put 25 pi in my calculator to the nearest tenth, I get 78.5 square units.